It's Swarth, and today I'll be showcasing a little project of mine for HackUMass13. Today I'll be showcasing Travel Advisor. So basically the idea is we have to understand that inherently LLMs are incapable of providing the most optimal or accurate responses. So the way we can try to get around this is using agents. This project which I've built is not just a testament to what agentic functionality can do now, but also evidence that this can be a way which we solve all different types of problems that we're going to come up with, right? It helps verify, it helps plan, coordinate, and even have an interactive session if you understand how agent-to-agent communication works. So what we're looking at is basically a lot of code, and it's not pretty, yeah, but that's what grit and determination gets you. So basically what we're doing here is we're creating a couple of custom wrappers and such to prevent hitting rate limits and using Gemini, opposed to the more commonly used OpenAI, right? So here I'm using the AutoGen framework provided by Microsoft for communicating between agents and initializing agents, in fact. So basically the idea here is when you have a question or a travel plan that you require, you send it to Travel Advisor, and it, it initializes a series of agents. Each agent has a specific role. I can show you there over here. Each agent actually has a specific role, configuration, and of course a name, and its in-depth understanding of what they have to achieve. At the same time, agents are also given different functions, custom functions, which I've created so that the agents can interact with real-time data to provide you with results which are accurate. So let's give this a run. I do not have the premium API, so sometimes we hit rate limit. That's sort of why I had to implement a custom wrapper, because I noticed that the conversation between the agents was really fast. And that's an interesting sort of problem to have. But the problem with that is if you have communication too quickly, the number of API calls increase a lot. So the problem is not hitting the rate limit. And yeah, we hit the rate limit again. Right, so when it starts speeding up through the thing, it does not get easier. But basically, you can see here what happened is we have entire process. It's a bit long, but basically when we ask the question, you can see it initializes a group chat sort of communication method between all the agents. Each agent is given access into this combined chat, and each of them can collaborate with a group manager, a chat manager, understanding which agent should be given the permission to speak at which time. So the chat manager is able to decide, according to the latest information that we have in the chat, which agent is best equipped to provide any type of input to further enhance a result, right? So you can see here first. So to the chat manager is basically in the group chat sort of thing. And we see first the user, that's us. We gave the question, we gave the problem statement, and it shows you next speaker was the planner agent. And the planner agent gave you a sort of idea what's going on when. And then it kept on iterating on that because the chat manager decided it's not in depth, it's not accurate, right? So the next step is the forecaster. You see here, it didn't get called successfully because it's an asynchronous function. It got pulled back later, perhaps. But basically, I used a couple of free APIs to allow my tools and agents to have tools which give them real-time information, including Google search with Tavily and accurate weather and other such functionality. So now, when the planner agent gets these other inputs of like what's the weather going to be, what's everything else going to be during that time, like the weather and what attractions are open out during what time of the year, and understanding which time of the year we're looking for, then it's able to reschedule events such that you're not outside on rainy days or days which might rain, because that will make your trip a whole lot less fun. So that's the basic idea. We have a very in-depth plan here, and I think the next one executed, right? So we have all of these things, and then I think it might have written to the file. So I had it set up so once it decides the final plan, it will now give us the written here. So let's just check and make sure. So 20 to 25th December. So it gave us some general notes. That's great. And it gave us the weather, chance of precipitation, advice, an entire day, hour by hour breakdown of where you should be when, what places to check out, different restaurants, so local food, location, what's open, what's not open during that time, right? And it gives you all of this information, where you can try traditional yudofu, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And yeah, with all this information which we're giving our agents, we're able to see real-time agent communication and help and improving each other's performance by giving constructive feedback on their performance, on each agent's performance. And this is completely autonomous and works without any human intervention. So that's my project, and thanks for listening.